Hi, I'm Luna,
I am Angel.
and welcome to the Girls Room podcast. On this episode,
We're discussing all things Britney.
all right, let's jump right into this, shall we, Angel? Question one: Was Britney Spears' conservatorship a means for her family to gain fame, money, and attention?
100% absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Um, this is something that let's peel it back a bit. Britney Spears began as a child star. Her mom would take her to New York and she would audition for the Mickey Mouse Club. And eventually she got into the Mickey Mouse Club with JC Chazé, with Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Joe Fatone, things like that. And she was a child star, and I think as she got older and she performed her tours, it got to a point where she got tired of it. And then because she didn't want to do it anymore, her father sent her to a mental institution and they gave her lithium without her consent. Now, this isn't the first case of the story because her dad, Jamie, his dad did that to his third wife and sent her to a mental institution and put her on lithium against her will. So, yes, they would celebrate in her beach house. They would have parties. They'd be drinking alcohol. They mingle with celebrities and the attention of, of the Spears family. Her sister wrote a book, which didn't do too well in the bestsellers. So definitely they wanted to gain a lot of fame and a lot of attention. Her father did actually say, um, I am now Britney Spears. I'm Britney Spears. And it just goes to show that they used her as a cash cow because they were running out of money. They wanted to silence her.
That's very, very true. So for me, was Britney Spears' conservatorship a means for her family to gain fame, money, and attention? I don't. I think for Jamie, 100% was for fame. Let's just I wouldn't even know who Jamie Spears is if Jamie Lynn Spears if it wasn't for Britney, to be honest. I would never have like watched what was that show she was on again when she was younger? I would never have known that was her sister. And the only giveaway was the last name. At the end of the day. That's where the fame rose from when we were younger. That's where the obsession rose from. Oh my God, it's Britney Spears' little sister. Let's watch her stuff or whatever. Money. Do I think that they've done this to her for money? Yes, 100%. I think maybe she did have some mental health that she needed help with. However, it should have been her decision how she went about it. It should never have been a family member put in charge of all of her stuff. It should have been locked away, and the only people that can approve it was like a government funded agency, something like that, to have it so blatantly open and just open to a family member and like what this family member's trustworthy. It's so obvious that they're not. How could they have possibly that's someone was agreed to maybe be paid out, something like that. I don't know exactly what for, to gain attention. Heck no, they didn't want any smoke off this. They tried to keep it quiet for so long. They tried to keep it quiet for so long. They tried to paint it as one thing. And because social media wasn't as big back when it happened, all we got to see was little snippets of things happening. I mean, we all saw that video of that guy saying, "Leave Britney alone." We all teased him back then, but now it holds some real emotional value. Like he really understood what was happening. He was trying to help. And
Yeah.
we all thought, oh, look at this guy, because we didn't know the depths of it because it was being kept out of the public eye. And she didn't have a platform like TikTok or Facebook or YouTube to go on there and talk. She now has that platform. Hopefully, over time, I mean, I don't think she's personally in video revealed that much about what happened. I feel like it would be really nice to have her sit down and talk about it. But until then, at least she knows that she has that platform now. Hopefully, one day she'll turn around and really talk about it, um, face to face or video to face, whatever. Um, and yeah, So
before
yeah,
we move, I have to say she has actually, if we go on YouTube, I don't know if they're still there, from what I heard they've been removed, of her going on audio to the court, talking to the judge. So there is audio clips of her voice talking about what actually happened behind the scenes with her.
so obviously
But
it was a public transcript somehow, and someone's gotten hold of it and put it on YouTube somehow.
she actually put it on YouTube, but I think she took it down after a while. And I think some people may still have a copy of it, but there's, I think, 2 copies of her on audio with her real voice talking about what her parents did to her sister did to her brother did to her, what paparazzi did. But there is audio out there somewhere.
Okay. Gotta look it up sometime.
Okay. Question 2. How has Britney changed and navigated her relationships with men over the course of her fame?
I feel apart from a few unique relationships, she's always kept relationships kind of on the DL down low. I mean, we kind of knew because of the PAPs what was going on, but coming from her herself, I don't remember her ever coming out and rebelling about things and how bad things were, or how she's navigated them or what's going on exactly. But I will say that I like that she keeps that personal aspect of herself. I feel like love is a personal thing and it's not to be shared with the whole world. They're not in that relationship. Only she and that person is. Um, when she was younger, she was probably much more in the industry, much more subject to manipulation. And it's very open to see that even the people who manipulated her were most likely manipulated behind the scenes to even act that way to begin with. She's just, I don't see her ever being a problem, in a relationship. I feel like she would have been a good wife, a good person. She would have, besides having a few mental issues, she's obviously got a good heart. It's just so, it's obvious in the way that she does things. Her last relationship, speaking with that, I didn't like. Number one, if you're going to put stuff out there for the public to bear witness to, her wedding pictures, her video, whatever it was, number number one, don't make it grainy. Don't. Why would you have done that to people? You already knew that would have caused mystery. How can a celebrity not afford a camera that's in proper definition? That was the real question. The real question was people going through these videos and finding weird discrepancies that just didn't match up. People pretending to eat, people's doing a weird move that wouldn't somehow fit in with the shadow, things like that that just didn't make sense. And to put that out there and then to never address it, what? I'm so glad that relationship's over. It was based around secrets and mystery. That's not her. She needs to let that go now. That whole mystery aspect of I'm the secret American sweetheart. Something like I want to see the woman that she is today. I'm no longer interested in what the media has got to say about her. I love to hear from her personally and how she's living life. And um, I think that now out of this relationship, she'll start to navigate things a bit more better, I think, as time goes on.
I kind of disagree. Being that I stand Britney. I'm a huge Britney fan. I've been following her, listening to her since I was young. Um, I think the fact that the way she's navigated her relationships is she's relied on love, and Britney is just that. She's full of love and light. She's extremely hilarious, and um, she she has put her I believe she has put her walls up every time she dates someone. I did not like Sam Asghari. I thought he was quite shady. Um, he definitely mooched off of her. He's paying rent in his new apartment because of her. And he wanted to debate the ironclad prenup that they had, claiming that she cheated on him when in fact he cheated on her. Um, I think a lot of the guys have cheated on her. And I think her relationships have stemmed from her very first true love, the real love of her life, which is Justin Timberlake, or was the love of her life. She was with him for years before he cheated on her. he was awful to her. He ratted her on the paparazzi. He did interviews about her to make himself look good. But I wouldn't blame Britney if she chose to remain single for the rest of her life, because Britney now, after retiring from the music industry, you know, she's a queen in her own right. She can go do what she wants, and she can live her life the way she chooses. And I have nothing but love for her, and I say more power to her.
Very, very good answer. All right. Question 3, Angel. How has Britney changed and influenced people after her conservatorship ended?
Oh wow, I think she's changed in the way that if you notice her Instagram is always either online or she's removed it. She's like, she comes and goes. Like she's on 1 minute, she's deactivated the next, on 1 minute, deactivated the next. And I think now in her early 40s, I think she's learning to adapt to this life, because she hasn't known what this life is like. Spend her own money, go places on her own, visit her friends. I think the way she's influenced people is, if you notice her fans, i.e. me, the Britney Army, they've just recently made her song from 2011 #1, for goodness sakes. #1. Because Justin just recently brought out his song Selfish, and he was #1, and she knocked him off the perch, and now she's #1 with her 2011 song. If that's not power of her strength to rile up fans all over the world, to say, no, I've had it, I don't want this life, I'm going to do what I want. And I just think that she comes back and she leaves little hints of stuff she's been doing, little videos of her dancing, little poems, little pictures. And I just think, now that her conservatorship has ended, she's influenced people by playing her music. She's remained relevant. She has a status of pop. She's a pop princess. Madonna's pop queen, and she's retained her pop princess title. She's remained herself the entire time. Even though she crumbled, she's like a phoenix. She got back up and she fought. And now she's flying, which is great to see. That's what I think, how she's, when she was in court fighting for her conservatorship to end the Britney Army, more power to them. Even I, got into it, Free Britney, the Free Britney movement. I was supporting it. And I think without the fans, without the army, without the support of other celebrities, I think she wouldn't have had her conservatorship. And I think that's how she influenced people, to get people talking about her. That's my 2 cents. Next question, Luna.
I got an answer, sorry.
What
How really changed and influenced people after her conservatorship? And I still got an answer, Angel. So Britney, I feel like, as you said, Britney is the pop princess. Everyone has a love for her. She's always been like the American sweetheart, just a good person, like you said, good sense of humor. In terms of after her conservatorship ended, I think that her fans have honestly become even more intense and loyal. There's actually a large amount of us that didn't even know the extent of how bad it was and what she was going through. And when everything came to light, people by the wagons just jumped in on this. They were coming in full on buses, everyone in support of her. And I think she's always had this influence on people, but even more seeing her go through an injustice, we banded even further together to help end her conservatorship, let her speak her voice. And as you said, her little pop-ups on social media, although they seem a little bit weird and inconsistent now, that's because she's never been in the age of having that social media. She wasn't there when it first started, like how we all were. She didn't get to go through MySpace and all those things. And the first ever YouTube. She didn't get to go through Vine. She might not even know what Vine really is. Um, I think that she's had a massive influence on these platforms as well. As you said, she's managed to stay relevant. Um, and yeah, how she's I think she'll in time she'll find her place, and she'll continue to do good things amongst especially women. Women in their, let's say, 30s to 50s. That age range there, she's got a massive hold on them, and she'll always will. Will always love her.
Yeah. My next question to you is, what are your thoughts on Britney's memoir?
Okay, so I will premise this that I have not read it. However, I have done some research and read some snippets that have been online. Um, I liked that she came out with something that was like, here's my story. This is what's been happening to me. You can finally, all the people who are nosy out there can put their nose in it and see what happened and see that I'm okay now, and whatever it was that came out, the whatever came out after, like, because of the book. Um, my thoughts on it were, at the beginning, the parts that I had seen online, I felt like, I think this was just because this is when something bad happened in someone's life. Like, let's say she could be talking about Christmas in the book. No one will ever mention her good Christmas thought online. They'll only come online with the bad things that happened to her. And I think that's what was happening to me. I assumed that this book was forced out by her publishers or her managers, or they kind of forced her into doing it. But since reading some more about it, I'm quite happy that she's an open book. I like that she done that. I hope that she will sit down and even read the book in person. I would love to see that video of her reading the book out loud, talking about it as well, expanding on areas. That would be an amazing video. That's the video that I want to see. But however, her releasing this book is an amazing accomplishment. She was able to tell the truth, her truth, speak her honesty, speak her, and maybe get some of those oh, what's that word when you were not regrets. Um she just got
Gumption?
some yeah, she got some things out of her soul that she needed to have said.
For me, what are my thoughts on Britney's memoir? I've read it. I'm at the last part of it, but I've read it. I think when I read the first few chapters, all I could think about is, oh my God, poor Britney. I just want to hug her so tight. I want to be her friend. I want to be her bestie. And as I continue to read, it just, your heart would break for her, because you would start crying at what she's saying. And you literally needed a tissue box next to you. And then towards the middle and towards the back end of the book is when it really starts the roller coaster. And she would talk about her family and then brought out Justin. And it was like, oh my God, Britney. All I can think of was, oh my God, keep it coming. Because as you said, her truth is nothing but the truth and her side of things. And she spoke about what happened years ago and how she said that he wanted to look like the jock of the high school, the golden boy, where everybody loved him, and made her feel like, there's a word I'm not going to say, in high school, and about girls, and how he broke her heart, and he would go around trashing her, and then doing the Crimea River video, bringing in a lookalike that looks like her. I think even now when he does his shows, and he was told, and I've seen a video of it, Justin, where he said, my management said not to do the song anymore. But he went, I don't give an F, I'm doing it anyway. And he sang it. And I'm thinking to myself, he's married to a beautiful actress. He's got 2 kids from her. Why would you continue to sing that song? Why would you continue to trash your ex that you haven't been with in 20 years? That for me really made me realize I was supporting a guy who's an awful human being. Yes, his songs got beats, they're wild, but it just made me stop listening to his music altogether. It made me really open my eyes and see the pain and the hell she had to go through to get to where she is now. More power to you, Brittany. More power to you.
Rate the book.
Pardon?
What would you rate the book out of a, let's say, 10?
Be 100.
Ah, there you go. All right.
Uh-huh.
Last question, Angel. Who other celebrities leech off Britney Spears and use the likes of Britney Spears' image?
Absolutely. 100%. Again, I refer to Justin. His new song, Selfish. Think about it. His words, his lyrical words. I'm not here to speculate. I don't know. I allegedly think that this song could be about him, other than Cry Me a River. I think other celebrity women have looked up to Britney Spears, tried to emulate her. You're looking at what's her name from Lizzie McGuire? Uh, that's one, yeah. And other females who have tried to bring that sort of music back, but they can't because there's only one Britney Spears. There's only one legendary icon, and there's only one legend in this world, and that's her. And I think when her conservatorship was going on, a lot of celebrities were weighing in. When she married Sam, Viola Davis tweeted, "Get a prenup. Get him to sign a prenup. Don't marry him without a prenup." And I think a lot of celebrities weren't there for her when she needed help. She was just silenced. She was abused. She was tormented. You know, even the paparazzi, they continuously, in her book, she was referring to, they still sit outside her house. And she would secretly have to find a way to get out. And she'd be seen out in the lake getting chicken to eat. And paparazzi would be there, you know, snapping her. It's like, leave her alone. She's just like you and me. And if these celebrities would, I'd say, let her be. She's happy. She's healthy. You know, and I think other celebrities to come, the younger generation and the one that follows them after, will be continue to listen to Britney Spears' music and write songs like her, dance like her, act like her, move like her, sound like her, their hair, their image. Every woman wants to try and be somehow Britney Spears. But yeah, they do leech 100%. 100%.
My opinions on this are pretty much in the same range as you. I definitely feel like even in this day and age, there's even TikTok creators that are using the names of her and her story to gain attention on social media, and they have. And there's people who have reported about her life and they go really deep into the facts and they do their research. I mean, I'm not hating on these people, but her whole life, everyone's used her entire life. Her parents, her sister, her partners. I will give an exception to one of her husbands. I think it was her first husband. The way that he stormed into her and Sam's wedding, I know he broadcasted it, but before that, we didn't ever really hear that much. I mean, maybe when they were together, we might have heard a few things, but you haven't heard from him in 10, 15 years. Think about it. Like, there's a few people that have not used her name or even leached directly off of her, but majority of the people in her world have, and it's just so sad to think that. I get that's the industry, but these days everyone's all about doing collabs. Everyone's all about getting permission to use their names or their likes or they're a part of their snippet from their songs. Or where is this for Britney? Britney needs to put her businesswoman pants back on and get up there and start really, if I saw someone all over TikTok making thousands of dollars off my name, I would get on and then I would make my own story because they're not gonna like. I'll tell my own story. Thank you. That's so weird to number one do that to someone who's alive and can tell their own story, but number two, they might not want that attention. She might not one of us wanted us to do all of that. Even though nothing's ever been said. I mean, we didn't even give her a second to breathe. Out of the conservatorship, straight onto social media. What's going on in your life? Tell us right now. So every aspect of her life, even the fans, even though they're dedicated and they love her and they mean well, even some of us have leached off of her name. Even some of us have gone to extents to be a sticky beak and know things. And I guess that's the plight of a celebrity. However, in terms of her family life as well, that's also been pretty sad and a little bit, surrounded around tragedy a little bit and sad things happening. And gosh, I don't know. I couldn't take it if both things were always constantly in my face. Something needs to give. I need to meet some kind person in this world. Something good needs to happen to me. Whether she is that kind person that everyone gets to meet and that they leech off of her, I mean, I don't particularly know, but I do want her to come into a point where no one's leeching off of her anymore. Everyone's collabing with Britney. No more using the likes of Britney. Let's collab with Britney. I think that would be great.
I think from what I heard on TikTok was that there's big talks about making a biopic of her again. There's been several biopics of Britney Spears. Okay, we've all watched it. We know what's true, we know what's fiction. And she's even said, I don't care for biopics. Stop making films about me. You don't know me and you don't know my life story. And you're just running things of what you've seen in the papers, on the internet, and magazine articles. You've just trolled me from TMZ. There's no need.
They've made some of these biopics without even talking to her or anyone that knows her. They've just thrown stuff in there. Like, what? You can't. That's wrong.
I know. And
very, very wrong.
If she wants to do her own thing, then the best thing people can do is let her retire and let her live out her life the way how she wants it, how she chooses it, where she wants to go, who she wants to be seen with, what life she wants to live. She's just like you and me. She may be the biggest pop star icon in the world, but deep down inside, if you peel those layers, she's a human being and she's Britney Spears, just like you and me. And I think that, biopics need to stop happening. Collaborations without her consent that she didn't even know about recently to do with some artists. She said, that's not true. That's not happening. I quit the music industry because she knows what's right and what's wrong. And if she's saying, I quit, there is something definitely wrong in the music industry. Something definitely wrong that this woman is being forced to retire because all people have done is go to concerts, pay their money, and all they want to do is every time I go online, Britney, do another tour, Britney, make another album, Britney, make another song, Britney. No, just stop and relax. They need to stop mooching off of her. Enough.
That is all very, very true. We want to thank everybody for watching today. To any new subscribers, hello, welcome. To any Britney fans out there, please let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your opinions on this, guys. Girls. Yeah. Thank you for watching. And Angel, do you want to close us out?
Subscribe right here. Click on the bell. Thank you so much. Let us know in the comments what you think. We thank the subscribers and viewers, and we look forward to next podcast with you all. Until then, stay wild. Take care. Bye.